Now, Azimio leader Raila Odinga, his brother Oburu Odinga and former First Lady Margaret Kenyatta are among leaders attending the memorial mass of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga at St. Stephen's ACK Church in Kisumu ahead of the commemoration at Ofafa Memorial Hall. Our reporter Zacchaeus Mwasame is following the memorial service for us and now joins us live from Kisumu with the latest. Mwasame, good afternoon. What do you know right now?
Good afternoon, Ibrahim. We are currently at the Ofafa Memorial Hall. The service we mentioned just ended a few minutes ago, and Raila Odinga and other leaders that you have mentioned are already here, and they are in a closed meeting. There's a meeting that is going to have a panel with the leaders to discuss all the issues and the development record that Jaramogi Oginga brought to this region and by extension the whole nation. And it will be very unfair if we did this without involving the people from this region. I want to quickly join the ODM Director of Communication, Philip Etale, who has been here. I know that he's conversant with this. Is disadvantaged by age, but I know by virtue of knowing history, he knows much about Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Good to see you, Philip. Maybe, what do you make of this day?
Well, I remember the late Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. The day he died is the day I was joining Form 1 at the St. Paul's Lugari High School in Lugari. And I was about 13 years old. So I remember him. I've gone through this. I've read politics. I've read history. And this occasion is a big one. You know, 30 years of remembering a great man, a great statesman, a man who stood for the people of this country. Can you imagine someone who just says, I don't want to be the president of Kenya until my boss is released from prison. So he left a legacy, and that's why we are here to remember him. There are quite a number of activities lined up here. We have scholars from different parts of the world who are going to give talks, public lectures on what they know about the late Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. We have also great writers like your very own Mr. John Kamau, who is a historian journalist. He's also going to give a talk about what he knows about the late Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. We also have the spouse of the former president, President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is currently in DRC representing Azimio in the inauguration of President Tshisekedi. The spouse is here, Mama Margaret Kenyatta. She's also going to talk about the history, how Jaramogi, the Odingas and the Kenyattas have related over the years. Since the demise of Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, the demise of the first Vice President of Kenya, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, and quite a number of activities that are lined up here, quite incisive, educative and all.
Maybe this is the 30th anniversary. What is different from the previous one that I've had, according to you?
You know, 3 decades is a lot of time. You know, it's a long time, and people have, you know, it was just necessary for the Odinga family to bring together the nation. It's about uniting the nation, standing for the values that Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga stood for. One Kenya, a united Kenya, and that is what the Odingas want to showcase today.
Thank you so much, and thank you for talking to us. Mama, welcome. How is Homa Bay? Utaanza jina lako tueleza kwa ufupi, labda unakumbukaje mzee kwa kimombo? Unakumbukaje mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga?
Thank you so much. My name is Honorable Yvonne Becky. I'm coming from the County Assembly of Homa Bay. We've come to this function which has really brought people together. This is one of the functions which has brought the community, more so the community of Luo, together. This is the community which is so hard to separate because of the such kind of events which are taking place here. The only difference which has happened here is we used to do it at his home, in Jaramogi home, and this time we decided to bring it here. You know, when the Jaramogi passed on, I was just 2 years old. I had not much about him, but through the readings and the stories our fathers tells us, these are the people, this is a man who stood for something right. He's someone who could not just go with a yes or a no because people are saying. He's someone who stood strongly for something and stood strongly for the justice. They stood for women leadership. Today we are standing here because someone championed for women leadership, and we are glad as young people that today we get opportunity even to stand before people and say somebody fought for something.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Just 30 seconds quickly. What do you remember Jaramogi Oginga?
I think I'm Joseph Mboha from Sia County. what we remember Jaramogi for is the values and virtues that he stood for and he fought for. And as young people, as young leaders, we emulate so much from what he stood for, and we yearn and look forward to even doing much more than what he even did. So then this today, as young people, we're looking forward to even our leaders to help nurture young people so that they're able to learn from what our forefathers did.
Thank you so much. In the interest of time, I beg to end it there. So, Ibrahim, these are some of the issues that we expect. And by the way, we are going to attend that discussion. Like Philip Etale mentioned, there are going to be a contingent of issues that are going to be discussed there. And just in remembrance of Mzee Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, the father who fought for the second liberation, that is in 1992, that brought the multi-party democracy in the country. From Zacchaeus Masama here in the county of Kisumu City, back to Ibrahim in studio.
Thank you very much, Zacchaeus Masame from the Ofafa Jericho Memorial Hall in Kisumu, following that memorial of the country's first Vice President, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga.